Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Be English podcast. I'm your host, John Miller.
And I'm Emily Carter. Hi, everyone. We are so happy to have you here with us today.
Indeed. If you are new here, let me tell you a little secret. The Be English podcast is designed just for you. Our goal is to help you learn English in a way that is simple, encouraging, and most importantly, fun.
That's right. We don't like boring textbooks here. We prefer natural conversations. We speak slowly and clearly so you can practice your listening skills, no matter what your level is.
Exactly, Emily. Now, today we have a very special topic. It is not about grammar rules or long vocabulary lists.
That sounds interesting, John. If it's not about grammar, what is it?
Today, we are talking about your mindset. Specifically, change your mindset and learn English fast.
Oh, I love this topic. Sometimes the biggest problem isn't the English language itself. The problem is how we think about learning.
Precisely. Your attitude changes everything. So, grab a cup of tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let's get started. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a lesson. Ready, Emily?
Ready as I'll ever be, John. Let's dive in.
So, let's talk about the first big change we need to make. It is moving from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset.
A growth mindset? That sounds a bit like a business term, John. Can you explain what that means for our listeners?
It does sound serious, doesn't it? But it's actually very simple. A fixed mindset is when you think, I am just bad at languages. I will never speak English well. You believe your talent is fixed, like a statue.
I hear that so often. People say, I'm too old, or I'm not smart enough. That is the fixed mindset, right?
Yes, but a growth mindset is different. It is the belief that you can improve with effort. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I can't do this yet.
I love that word, yet. It's such a powerful little word. So if I don't understand a movie in English, instead of turning it off and feeling sad, I should say, I don't understand this movie yet.
Exactly. It changes the feeling completely. You know, Emily, when I was learning to play the guitar last year, I was terrible. Really terrible. My fingers hurt and the sound was awful.
Oh, really? I can't imagine you playing bad music, John.
Oh, believe me, it was bad. If I had a fixed mindset, I would have sold the guitar after 1 week. I would have said, I have no musical talent. But I kept telling myself, I am just a beginner. I will get better.
And did you?
I did. Now I can play a few songs. It's the same with English. You are not bad at English. You are just in the middle of the process.
That is such a comforting thought. So the first step is believing that you can learn. You have to trust your brain. It's like a muscle. If you exercise it, it gets stronger.
That's a great comparison. But Emily, even if we believe we can learn, there is something else that stops people. Something very scary.
Scary? What is it? Ghosts?
No, not ghosts. Mistakes. The fear of making mistakes.
Yes, that is the worst feeling. When you want to speak, but you're afraid you'll use the wrong verb tense or pronounce a word wrong, so you just stay silent.
Right. Silence is the enemy of learning. We need to change how we view mistakes. In a traditional school, mistakes are bad. You get a red X on your paper. But in real life, mistakes are necessary.
I agree completely. Think about a baby learning to walk. When they fall down, do they think, oh no, I'm a failure, I will never walk again?
No, of course not. They just get back up. They might cry for a second, but they try again.
Exactly. As English learners, we need to be like that baby. We need to embrace the mistakes.
I have a friend named Michael. He moved to New York recently. He told me a funny story. He went to a coffee shop to order a bagel. Do you know what a bagel is?
Yes, it's that delicious round bread with a hole in the middle. Very popular in New York.
Right. So Michael wanted to ask for a toasted bagel, but he was nervous. He accidentally asked for a twisted bagel.
A twisted bagel? What did the waiter do?
The waiter looked confused and said, "Sorry, we don't twist our bread here." Michael felt his face go red. He was so embarrassed. But then he laughed, and the waiter laughed, and he got his bagel.
And the best part is, I bet he never forgot the word toasted after that.
Never. That mistake helped him remember. That's the point. Every time you make a mistake, you are locating a gap in your knowledge. It's like a map showing you where to go next.
So don't be sorry for your English. Speak up. If you say the wrong word, just smile and correct yourself. Most people are very patient. They want to understand you.
True. So we have the growth mindset, and we are not afraid of mistakes. But there is one more piece to this puzzle. How do we actually learn fast?
Well, a mindset isn't magic. You can't just sit on the sofa, believe in yourself, and suddenly speak fluent English. You have to take action.
Correct. The third part of our mindset shift is moving from studying to living.
Oh, I like that. Living the language. What does that look like, John?
Well, many people treat English like a subject, like math or history. They study for 1 hour, close the book, and then go back to their normal life.
Yes, and then they wonder why they forget everything the next day.
Exactly. To learn fast, you need immersion. But you don't need to live in London or New York to be immersed. You can create an English environment right in your bedroom.
That is so true. For example, I changed the language settings on my phone to English years ago.
That's a great tip.
It was hard at first. I couldn't find the calculator, but after 2 days, I learned words like settings, privacy, and notifications without even trying.
That is living the language. Another great way is to change your inner monologue.
Inner monologue? You mean the voice inside my head?
Yes, we all talk to ourselves. I'm hungry. I need to buy milk. That car is fast. Try to do that in English.
Oh, that's a fun challenge. So if I'm cooking dinner, I should think, okay, I'm cutting the onions. Now I'm boiling the water.
Exactly. It feels silly at first. You might feel a bit crazy talking to yourself. But it connects the English language to your physical actions. It makes the connection in your brain very strong.
And consistency is key, right?
Absolutely. It's better to spend 15 minutes every day living in English than 5 hours once a week. It's like going to the gym. You can't get strong by lifting weights for 10 hours on Sunday and doing nothing the rest of the week.
That makes sense. Small steps every day. Listen to a podcast, like this one, while you wash the dishes. Read 1 page of a book before bed.
Yes. Stop thinking of English as homework. Start thinking of it as a tool you use to enjoy your life. Watch movies you like, but in English. Read topics you enjoy, but in English.
When you enjoy the process, you learn faster because you're not stressed. Your brain is open and relaxed.
And that brings us full circle. A positive mindset, embracing mistakes, and consistent daily habits. That's the secret formula.
Wow, time flies when we're having a good conversation, John. We've covered a lot today.
We certainly have. Let's quickly summarize the key points for our listeners, just to make sure they stick.
Sure. First, adopt a growth mindset. Don't say, I can't. Say, I can't yet. Believe that your effort matters more than talent.
Second, love your mistakes. Don't fear them. Mistakes are just proof that you're trying. Like my friend Michael and his twisted bagel, a mistake can be a great memory and a great lesson.
I still love that story. And finally, stop just studying and start living. Make English a part of your daily routine. Change your phone settings, talk to yourself, and be consistent.
Perfect summary, Emily. We also used some good vocabulary today. We talked about immersion, which means surrounding yourself with the language, and inner monologue, the voice in your head.
We hope you feel inspired to change your mindset today. Remember, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Be kind to yourself.
Yes, be patient. You're doing great just by being here and listening to us.
If you enjoyed this episode, please let us know. You can leave a comment telling us about a funny mistake you made in English. We would love to hear it.
Yes, please share. And don't forget to like this episode and share it with a friend who is also learning. It really helps our channel grow.
Thank you so much for listening to the Be English podcast.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy learning.